The Bengals had a total collapse. It's been a few days. We had to chew on it. We had to digest it before we were ready to talk about it. But let's recap that just complete collapse coming up next on Cincy Unfiltered.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Cincy Unfiltered. The regulars in the chat are already popping. There's millions and millions of people worldwide watching, as always. God, how you doing, Drew? How you doing?
I come to you a broken man, a sad man, a defeated man, a man that feels terrible for Joseph Lee Burrow.
Don't you?
I'm sad.
I mean, come on. The guy is quarterback Jesus. And this is what we're delivering right now. It's just so sad. So sad.
It's brutal. It's brutal. So, a few days to sit on it. Losing on Thursday really, really sucks. Because you got 10 days to just chew on it and think about it. I'm doing my reactionary tweeting during the game. Like, this team's not good. They're not making the playoffs. It's over. And then Sunday, I'm like, all right, I got to put on 5 TVs. What game could possibly impact the Bengals playoff chances? I have to watch those games. And that's what I did all day because
Do you know what I did Sunday? I didn't watch an ounce of football. I just took a day.
That's a bold move.
It was a personal decision. I was grieving still from Thursday. I just said, you know what? I'm taking a break. I set my fantasy lineup very late. My friend texted me and said, hey, idiot, you need to set your fucking lineup. So I did that. And then I just hung out with the kids, dude. It was a little bit of a relief. But it sucks to lose on Thursday. You're right. I mean, you just have such a long time. And it's like you lose on Sunday, right? And everybody's trash talking, Chiefs fans, Ravens fans. Those are the ones that are usually in my mentions. But if you lose Thursday, they're there an extra 4 days, just crushing your soul. And it's just brutal. It's brutal to lose in any fashion, but to lose on Thursday night in prime time just sucks. It just sucks.
I had I used to have a war with Ravens fans, and this week it wasn't even bad. It wasn't. But it was Chiefs fans because they didn't have anything else to do. Normally you get somewhat of a break because maybe their fans are actually watching their team play. But Thursday, you're the only game on. Everybody's watching. Yep. They're hate watching the Bengals, and it just Chiefs fans.
Big time.
Jesus Christ.
And it's the usual suspects. I've become friends with numerous Chiefs accounts just because eventually
I got a few of them too.
Yeah, it's just like this is really getting old. Yeah, you guys are good. Let's go back and forth, but I really don't hate you. Ravens fans were really bad the last couple years, but they've been all right this year. I don't know why.
I think it's because a lot of them have finally turned 16 and got driver's licenses.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably it. You're right. Yeah. But it's the usual suspects that are usually kind of just being assholes like Woe Leak and the other Ravens guy, but they've been pretty chill. So I don't know. It sucks to lose a division game on top of that. Prime time, Thursday night, it's a division game. It just sucks, man.
Chat's popping off. K Breezy's here. Cam Webb's here. A couple OGs. Nick Fott's here. He's an OG. Stranger 420's here. Chad Waits is here. Shout out. Cam said we're all sad at this point. Roger thanks the Broncos for losing to the Chiefs. Rare occasion where the Chiefs losing was a good thing for the Bengals. We were rooting for Kansas City.
Yep.
Ben said he binged the Penguin all day Sunday. Didn't watch any football besides what that highlights made Twitter. Yep. I'm all for a good mental health day.
That's what I did.
I personally didn't do it, but I understand it. Chad Waits placed and lost his bets and didn't watch any on Sunday. His soul is broken, and he's a ginger. I don't have one.
Every weekend, Jesus, he's just laying it all out there,
Hey, this is a safe space.
Did
Nick drank garage beer all day Sunday with 0 cares. You should do that. And I'm going to drink this with 0 cares because this show's proudly presented to you by Garage Beer. And last week I was talking about, I'm on a diet. I'm trying to get skinnier. But I look at this label, 95 calories, only 3 grams of carbs. This is a fucking health beer, dude. Yeah, this is health beer. You want to get your summer body right? Don't worry about it. Drink a Garage Beer, 3 grams of carbs. You're ready for the beach. And then I'm going to drink the regular because when it starts popping off and I got my sexy summer body, I'm going to be crushing those limes guilt-free, baby. It's like one of the healthiest beers in America. It actually got voted that. So here we go.
Sexy summer body, shirtless episode coming soon, guys. Garage Beer is wonderful.
That's going to be behind a paywall.
We preach it every week. They keep the lights on here, guys, but we really drink the shit. Like, I put this away, man. I'm going through cases left and right. It's all we drink at tailgates. It's actually good beer. It's not just because they are funding our show, man. It's good beer. It's legit beer. Throw away that blue can, throw away that red and white can, and grab you a white or green can and enjoy. I'm addicted to the lime. I'm absolutely addicted to it.
I switch up because shout out to Garage Beer. They loaded my truck bed up with beer for us. Shout out to them. But I don't want to just burn through all the lime. So I'm trying to switch it up a little bit because they're both delicious, but I am a little bit partial to the lime.
Yeah. It's just, a little flavor, a little kiss of the sun.
It's beer flavored beer.
Yeah.
K Breezy's right.
Yeah, it really is. Simple as that.
I'm on a diet. My wife bought a waffle maker. Ron got to see the waffles because my wife came and displayed them because she's that excited. You would have thought she got a fucking Ferrari, but it's a fellas. If you didn't know, Drew Barrymore, heavy in the kitchen appliance game. Boxes with her face on them just keep showing up to my house.
I haven't seen her in decades.
She's selling cooking shit at Walmart now. News to me. With Same. All right. Nick makes a good point. You have to stock up on lime Garage Beer when you see it. It is a little bit hard to find.
Yeah,
I was in Moraine the other day. Grapes drive-through for the local Dayton people. Grapes drive-through. Moraine's got the lime.
Okay.
Stacked in there. But now we got to talk about football.
We do.
It's sad. It stinks. But let's just go ahead and let's go into the box score breakdown. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's use our big brains. Show people that we can understand what numbers do. We can look at Joe Burrow's passing stats. Couldn't have picked a more appropriate picture for the guy because he literally flopped his nuts on the table, played his ass off. He was pressured 40 times in this game.
That's
40 times. And he still gave you 34 completions, 428 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. What more can this man do?
Yeah. He did that. I'm going to yawn. Sorry. He did that, missing his best offensive lineman. Just guys in his face the entire game. No T. We saw him have to run around. He made some plays with his legs, not necessarily runs, but escaping and throwing. 34 for 56, 428 yards, and we scored and threw for 4 touchdowns. Show me a game where a quarterback has that stat line and they lost. And then don't go pull one up because I'm sure there's 1,000 of them. But just you get my.
I'll show you week 5 against the fucking Ravens.
It's just the guy is playing his heart out for this team, this city, for himself because he's a gamer. We just can't cross the damn finish line. I feel so bad for him.
So he gives you video game numbers and he walks off the field like that.
Yeah.
And then the receiving lines, again, if you'd have told me that Jamar Chase is going to be leading the NFL in receptions, yards, and touchdowns, and Joe Burrow is going to be top 3 in all major passing categories, and we'd be sitting here with 6 losses in the middle of November, I'd laugh in your face and tell you that's impossible. Yeah. But here we are. Jamar Chase, 11 receptions, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chase Brown with a nice receiving game, 9 receptions, 52 yards. Tanner Hudson getting back in the game, kind of disappeared after the fumble week 1 at the goal line, but he gets in there for 6 receptions, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Gesicki, kind of a quiet game, usually is popping off when when T's out. He had 4 receptions for 30 yards. Yoshi added 2 for 29, and Jermaine Burton 1 reception for 11 yards. So that's how the targets were divvied up.
11 receptions, 264 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Video game numbers, like you said. I mean, could you imagine if we had T. Higgins playing too? We might have killed him. We might have killed him. Like, we might have absolutely just killed them. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I like seeing Chase Brown catching the ball. We'll touch on his oopsie daisy a little later. Tanner Hudson showing is very fun. He's got some shit to work out, but I think he's a pretty talented guy. And you're right about Gesicki. And then, we got, Andre and Jermaine, the gambling man, Burton down there with 1 reception, like you said. I don't know, dude. It's just so depressing. Like, the perfect way to describe it is what you said: video game numbers, and we still managed to lose. It's just so sad.
And a part of the reason that we did lose was because we didn't have a great rushing night. Excuse me. Chase Brown did have 13 carries, 42 yards. He did have the 1 touchdown. Burrow ran twice for 6 yards. And looking at the stats, there was a carry for Tanner Hudson that went for a yard. So it went in the stat sheet. I put it on the graphic. That's the way we're going to do things right here. So
when did that
started off. I think it was probably a pass that was just a backward pass and it counts as a rush.
I don't remember that at all.
But I know in my heart that I'm not just skipping over like Burrow handing the ball to Tanner Hudson.
Yeah, that's
why
I was
been a
thinking.
pass that just went backwards. And early in that game, they get up 14-7. You start to see running lanes. It looks like Chase Brown's just an ankle tackle away from breaking a big one, like 3 or 4 times. And you're like, okay, these running lanes are there, which is crazy because you can't run on the Ravens. And then all of a sudden, honestly, after Chase Brown fumbles on the Bengals' 30-yard line, gives the ball back to him, the Bengals are completely out of a game where they can even continue to run the ball. That's why you're only seeing 13 designed carries because Burrow didn't have 2 designed runs. And I think the one to Hudson was a pass. So you're looking at 13 true called run plays because as soon as that fumble happens and Baltimore punches it in the end zone, you say, oh, shit, we're in a shootout. They have a bad pass defense as it is, so we're just going to keep throwing it. But it looked early on in that game like there was going to be a chance for the run game to really get going, and that's how they could have salted that thing away. And then it all just went to shit.
Todd Bowles brings it up. That Hudson carry was that crazy direct snap play. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. It was.
I don't know how.
It was that's right. He did. Like Burrow was in the gun. He ran up under center. That's an old Randy Reed play, actually.
Yeah. Okay. That was I remember watching that going, hell yeah, Zach, call your plays. But
he was in his fucking bag.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. It just wasn't a very crazy, strong running game. It looked like lanes were there. We weren't able to hit them. And then we'll address the fumble and talk about that. Running backs fumble, it sucks. We have more fumbles this year than we had we had like not a lot last year. And I'm not going to bring up the Joe Mixon debate, but I don't know. We just got to do better. Maybe it was because Orlando Brown was out and he's there, a big body to help open those lanes up. But we made up for it by passing a lot. We just lost the game,
Quickly on the Mixon thing, because I see it a lot. Yes, Mixon's balling out in Houston and having a great year. He wouldn't be doing it behind this line in this scheme. They're the worst graded run blocking team in the league, and there's major issues with this run game.
Well, we wouldn't use him the way Houston's using him, flat out.
Yeah, he had like 35 carries or something. Tyler Bowles, Joe Burrow is the 2018 LeBron of this Bengals team. Just LeBron willing the Cavs to that finals win. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Logan Truman doesn't get better than this. Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions and still win. Burrow throws 4 touchdowns and can't win. I simply don't get it.
Absurd.
What do we think of Burton's performance? Not a lot. 1 catch, 11 yards. Congratulations on being on the field for warm-ups early. Sweet. But it was Chad. Yeah, Hudson went under center on the sneak. The old Chiefs play. Yep. I remember being like so impressed with Zach Taylor for that call. I'm like, oh, dude, that's fucking great. But for some reason, I just couldn't think of it here. But yeah, that is absolutely true. Parker Blake loves us. We love you, Parker. He's got a Cordell Volson profile picture.
Yeah, that's great.
And there's a Cordell Volson conversation to be had when it comes to the run game and the pass game. Nick says, I'm glad Al Michaels called out the piss poor officiating. He doesn't fear the NFL because obviously we know there was some bad officiating that we can get into. But running out the box score breakdown with the defensive stats, some of the top defenders on the night. Jermaine Pratt, 8 tackles, 6 solo. Logan Wilson, 8 tackles, 5 solo. Jordan Battle, increased snap load, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Von Bell's not the same guy. It is what it is. We're in week 11 now. There's no more figuring things out. You are who you are at this point, and Von Bell's just not the same Von Bell.
Yeah.
Mike Hilton, 5 tackles, 1 solo. Cam Taylor-Britt, 4 tackles, 4 solo. Cam Taylor-Britt had a bad night. Bad night.
Yeah.
Actually having a very bad year by the numbers.
Yeah.
He's given up the most yardage by a corner in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that because he showed all-pro potential in the past. And then Trey Henderson, 3 tackles, 2 solo. But the big bugaboo of the night is the Bengals defense didn't register a single sack. They couldn't bring Lamar Jackson down one time, and it was the same old story. Almost got him, almost there. He just barely gets away. You barely miss his leg as you're diving at him because he is that damn good.
Yeah, he is. You have to give props to him at this point. It's the same story every game. We scrape his shoulder pads and his nameplate, and he somehow gets out. I mean, Lamar Jackson is a good football player, flat out. I got nothing but respect for the guy. We got to finish tackles. I don't know. They need to find some kid, some crackhead on the street that's real shifty, and have him run scout team or something like that. Ravens week. Because I don't know how the hell we're going to sack this guy. He's freaking untouchable. He's a freak, man. I don't know.
There's fast crackheads in Cincinnati, too. They can probably find some.
Tons. I see him running wind sprints every weekend when I'm down there from one corner, begging at one corner, running to the next. They're fast as shit. One of them. Put them in pads. Let the crackhead run around, run scout team, and he'll be your Lamar Jackson.
I've tried for a long time to hate on Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
No. We're trending that way, though. If this season continues the way it is, I might just start banging narcotics. You never know.
Yeah.
But no, I've tried for years to hate on Lamar Jackson, and I just can't. He's 101, man. He's probably your league MVP right now. Yeah. He has improved so much as a passer, and I'm sure that's a combination of him and Todd Monken. But yeah, it's just, God, dude, watching a quarterback matchup like that is so much fun. Both times this year, Burrow and Lamar just went at it, lit it up, big play, bombs, great plays in the pocket from both sides. It's just, fuck, man. We got to get a stop and come out on the side. Look at some of these plays. So we'll go through like a little bit of a scoring summary. We don't have it all, but I just want to focus on how good Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are and how fucking criminal it is that they're sitting here with a 4-6 record on November 12th. I don't understand it. This just the first one here, man. It's just what?
Half yards per play. Burrow fires, caught, chase. They're trying to chase him down, and they cannot. Touchdown.
You got to give credit to everybody involved in that play. Joey the dog.
No, you don't.
Burrow.
Not the 6 defenders that could. There's 6 guys there. How does he score?
I mean on our team. Hold on. On our team. Joey the dog Burrow steps up, avoids pressure, slangs it, and then Jamar chases the shit out of that defense. He did that against the Chiefs. Remember that play against the Chiefs? The dude is a freak. You're not. He's such a freak. His stat line proves he's a freak, right?
He's a Raven killer, dude.
Come on, yeah. He is. He really is. He's taken over that moniker from AJ Green. AJ Green. He's taken that moniker from AJ Green, dude. But dude, he fucking torches their defense and embarrasses them. So the loss is just that much more embarrassing. He's such a freak. Uno is a freak.
So. I like this question. Who's at fault for the loss? 4th and short calls went 50 yards downfield, and the 2-point conversion Chase wasn't even looked at. I blame Zach. So when it comes to the bombs down the field, I say Zach Taylor can't control where Burrow's throwing the ball.
Sure.
I saw some film breakdowns of those plays from the smart film people, and it looks like one time Burrow looked for Chase. wasn't there, so he just let it fly. But like,
Yeah.
I still think you just have to have something with more guys getting to the sticks, getting open there, right? Like, why is there a go ball called on a 4th and 2? Really ever? I guess if you're trying to clear out one of the corners and maybe clear out a safety deep, but like I still don't like it. So like, for those plays where Burrow throws deep on the short yardage, like I blame Zach that those routes were even in the play, but also I'm like, he can't control where Burrow throws the ball. But when you want to talk about the 2-point conversion, that motherfucker was drawn up for Tanner Hudson on a game where they couldn't stop Jamar Chase. Burrow didn't even look at Chase. That was drawn for Hudson. And that to me is a fireable offense. That is inexplicable. We got a whole Zach Taylor segment coming up, but on that play, those are my feelings on it. Like he doesn't control where Burrow throws the ball, but I feel like you have to have better plays on a 3rd and 2 or a 4th and 2. And then the 2-point conversion, like you don't even look at Jamar Chase after the night he had. You're drawing it up for Tanner Hudson. Now, there's like 3 face masks within 3 feet on that play. Burrow gets hit in the face. I think it's Karras is getting face masked. Cody Ford, I think, is getting faced. Like it was an abomination of officiating. Don't get me wrong. I just can't blame the refs for the loss because the Bengals had a 14-point lead and then fumbled the ball on their own 30 and everything went to shit. So that's kind of where I'm at on that question.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we probably should have put that that 2-point conversion play in the show today. I don't
probably would have been a good idea.
Look, guys, it's not a very professional outfit we got here. We're doing our fucking best, but. Yeah, that was.
I had a day from hell at work, so I was just doing what I could,
terrible.
Folks.
Yeah, no, that whole play calling was terrible. I mean, Burrow, you got a couple more clips, right?
Yeah, we've got some more clips. New name in the chat, real quick though. Diehard Cincy fan, welcome in. I know it won't happen, but should the Bengals give Chase a midseason extension? Absolutely, yes. They should give it to him right this second.
Should have signed him a year ago, man. Yeah, absolutely.
They should have signed it after his first touchdown catch when he broke 3 from 6 guys. They should have been like, fucking fax it down.
Waiting on the sideline.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, good play. Sign this. Go get some water.
So things are going well, right? The Bengals go up 21-7. We're all feeling great. I'm literally planning the shit that I'm going to talk on the internet. Actually, Chad with the comment earlier, I watched the game at his house in his basement, and I was telling him how hyped up I was to have some really good shit talk on the internet. And that's my own fault because I'm a Bengals fan and I should have never gotten comfortable because as soon as the vibes get the highest, we get this.
Brown again. Fighting his way. Ball is out. Ball is out. Ravens think they have it. They do. Knocked away by Marlon Humphrey.
That sucks so bad.
You're on 30.
I'm a Chase Brown defender. I think he's still going to be good for this team in the long run. But like, dude, he even says it in his post-game presser. Ball security is emphasized in practice. Like, you just got to hold on to the ball. There's no excuse, man. Especially in that moment in that game on your own 30. When we're on a roll, like as soon as that happened, the wind just got sucked out of our sails, and it's just like, motherfucker, come on, like
complete momentum shift.
Absolutely,
complete momentum shift. And here's what he said about the fumble after the game.
Yeah, you can imagine, but you know, there's so much work that goes into these weeks. Putting a lot of work protecting the ball. It's a big emphasis for us, so. You know, fumbling is unacceptable and just got to be better.
Thank you. Yeah.
Accountability.
Yeah. Fumbling is unacceptable. Got to be better. That's it. He knows it. He'll work on it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but we have more fumbles this year than we've had in a long time, and it just sucks.
Lost 6 this year. They lost 2 all of last season.
Yeah. Sucks. Absolutely sucks.
And there's that can go with some of the youth maybe, you know, and then you Amazon Prime Khalil Herbert from Chicago and play him, you know, 2 days later. He gets 1 carry and fumbles. Luckily, he got it back. Didn't turn it over, but that was essentially the last we saw from him. And then the craziness kind of started popping back up. So, you know, Baltimore's back in it. They get the score. They take the lead, and then 9-1 once again.
Tonight, turning his head on a dime. Burrow going deep, getting free. Chase, look at this. Just like that. And Chase is going to, strut to the 1 yard line. Crowd doesn't like that.
I think that's
goes into the end zone.
That's a response.
Oh, I love his little talk your shit moment there. Would have been sweeter if we won, but a little response to Lamar. Again, Jamar Chase, absolutely electric. Should have been a win. All these guys that are putting in this work deserve better.
Absolutely. Uh-oh. We got our first one, folks.
Roll it.
We've got our first one. Dad, pay attention to your screen. Actually, Dad alert's on.
I love it.
He says, give Chase the money and get rid of Higgins while he's still worth something. Injury prone. Now, the way to get something for T. Higgins at this point, now that the trade deadline is passed, would be to franchise him again and then trade him to a team that can work out a long-term extension for him. But I like the idea that he's on because I think that if you're going to have an asset as valuable as T. Higgins, you should get something in return for him that's not a comp pick. And we're on T. Higgins watch this week. If he does not play Sunday, that will mean he has played only 62% of his career snaps in his career as a Bengals. So that is a conversation to be had. And you can use that money for T. Higgins, from T. Higgins to go to Jamar Chase because he deserves every single bit of it. And like Jake said here, Chase is the best wide receiver in the NFL and should be paid as such. It's no longer just a penny for more than Justin Jefferson. And that's where the Bengals have fucked themselves over a little bit.
Yep.
Parker with a little love for the fit. Way to put one together. People follow me for fashion advice.
They do.
They like to see me put that shit on a little bit.
I think your dad's right. I like 62% of snaps is egregious. You might
for a guy that wants top tier money.
Yeah, maybe put him in that injury prone category. However, I still think he's worth something to some team out there, man. He's still a premium guy. So if we can tag and trade, dude, if we let him walk away for nothing but a comp pick, I will have an aneurysm. Or if we re-sign him, let's re-sign him. Great. That's awesome. But if we don't tag and trade and he walks, holy shit, dude.
No, dude, we'll get a 3rd round comp pick in 2026.
Don't want it. Keep it.
K Breezy likes the graphic. The people love the text from Dad.
Oh, text from Dad is electric. Absolutely electric.
He gets me a picture in the Bengals hoodie. I was like, I'm gonna put something together for you. So you got a little full graphic segment for you, Pop. My wife said, "What people?" I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Dire Cincy fan, what extension from the 49ers are you talking about? I haven't heard of an extension. I know Ayuk got one before the year, but I haven't heard of one during the game. Yeah, so the fumble happens. Momentum kind of comes back into the Bengals' favor. They scratch and claw. They get down the field in the 2-minute drill, and this may be a top. This may I don't know. It might be the best throw.
Oh yeah,
of Joe Burrow's. What? It's definitely the best throw of his season. This throw is fucking filthy, dude.
Looks that way, throws that way, caught. Chase, what a night! Touchdown.
What a ball, dude.
Over 2 defenders, perfectly placed for his premium wide receiver to make the catch. My God, dude. Talk about pinpoint accuracy. That dude is a sniper rifle on legs. Sniper rifle on legs. Unbelievable.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was Acho that posted like a film review of it. And he was like, he should not have thrown this ball. There's no way he should be able to throw this ball. There's no way he should be able to complete this ball because of like the timing of when he threw it. And dude, it's just, oh my God.
If we had a better record, he's front running MVP, dude. Like it's just
front runner, dude.
He's playing so well. He's throwing darts. He's throwing bombs. You saw that for all you small hands, weak arm people out there. The motherfucker could play football flat out. And it's just so bad that he is having to sit here on there we go. We're football guys. Sit here on this team and just fucking lose week after week. Cincy Hat.
Shout out Cincy Hat.
A lot of Cincy Hat on the screen tonight. Shout out Cincy Hat. Wonderful, wonderful organization. Ted
Oh, I got
Kara?
my jersey.
Oh, did you?
If my wife's watching, could you bring it to me? It is
There you go.
on the table. But
The baseball one, right?
yeah, dude, it's gas. It's fucking dope.
That's sick. That's sick.
And then we can talk about this now. Tyler says officials being blind in the final 2 minutes never helps either. I mean, that was bad on the 2-point play. Even and somebody said earlier, I can't remember who it was. Al Michaels didn't give a fuck. He was like, dude, that's bad. That's terrible. I mean, just look at it. I mean, if I was if we were a more professional program, we'd have that on the screen. Burrow's helmet's getting fucking yanked. Cody Ford's helmet's getting yanked. And then I think that's Karras. Maybe that's Kappa on the ground.
What do I get for this?
You don't get, you get the satisfaction of helping your husband out.
Drew's having fun later. That's what I just heard.
Huh?
Go get me ice cream.
But he's not wrong.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow getting his head removed on the ground, getting planted in the ground by his face mask, and then Cody Ford, I mean, off with his head as well.
Ford.
It's just it's ridiculous. And again, we're not a professional organization, so you're looking at it on my cell phone. It's just ridiculous. The play, I liked that thing is sick, dude. That's
gas, dude.
Yes. That's so sick. That's awesome. Cincinnati's killing it. The refereeing in that situation, abolish refereeing, my 2020, whatever the next presidency is, platform I'm running on, it sucked. Like, it was bad throughout. It's been bad all season. We know it's bad, but we should not have been in that situation. That's my take. We should not have been in that situation. Parker Blake brought up a good point in the chat. It's way up there, so don't even look at it. But he said in a vacuum, he understands that play call there, maybe to throw him off. Like, oh, they're going to throw to Tanner Hudson and not Chase. I frankly don't get it either. Just get it to your guy who was, frankly, a little bit open.
They double team tight ends and single cover Chase.
I know he was in single, so he's a little bit open. But I respected the play calling, not the play calling per se, but I respected the guts in this game, going for it on these fourths and going for two. I'll never knock a guy for going for two. I will, however, knock the framework of the play utilized during the going for two. Fucking disappointing. Hudson, I don't know, man. And Joe said, like, that was the play, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
Okay, I really wish you would have said I made my read. He didn't look open. I thought I could hit Hudson. Like, that's what I was expecting. Not, we were going with our third string tight end on the most important fucking play in the game. That was, I did not expect to hear that at all. Not to expect that at all.
And Mike Cannon was going. Yoshi had some crucial drops.
Sure.
Some crucial drops. Joe didn't have time to hit Chase with the route he ran. Yeah, it was a poorly designed play.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. The play design was poor. Like, if the play was designed to go to Chase, they would have schemed the blocking that way. They would have moved receivers in a different way to make space for him to catch it across the middle. Like, that's our whole thing here, is the play design was poor.
And I put that on Zach. Zach calls the fucking plays. We got some Zach talk that we can get into, but an unbiased supporter of the show, Chad, was watching that, and the Bengals are still very much in it. As sad as it seems, as doom and gloom as it seemed on Thursday night, they should beat Dallas. Dak's out for the year. The Titans stink, but they have to win 3 of playing Pittsburgh twice. And I hate to say it, Pittsburgh's a good fucking football team. Yeah. I've been waiting on them I've been waiting on the bottom to fall out of that, and I don't think it's going to. And then, the Chargers, Browns, and Broncos. Chargers are going to be tough. The Browns always play the Bengals tough, even if they are in a down year. Jameis can go off at any time. And then the Broncos are 5-5. They're right around, they've got a better record than the Bengals. So there's no easy dubs on the schedule, but there are winnable games.
We got to win this weekend. We just have to. Got to beat the Chargers. If we don't, I'm going to implode. But yeah, you're right. We are doom and gloom because we're talking about the game that just happened, right? The season, again, I said it in my Monday night news desk. I'd rather be in combat than watch this season, because in a vacuum, this season is miserable right now. But with the talent we got on this team, we are very much still in it. But we got to beat the Chargers. We got to beat them. Because if we don't beat the Chargers, Zach, find a tent and move in and stay in LA. If we don't beat the Chargers, I am just gonna be furious. We got to win.
Lots of tents out there. So, Gary Jellison with a comment: Cowboys, Titans, and Browns on 11 days is going to be killer. That is rough, man. That's an 11-day period. Yeah. After that's a rough run, but got to get it done. All this offense is missing is creative short yardage, and you know what? That's true. The Tanner Hudson play, the old Andy Reid, Travis Kelce goes in motion, grabs it under center, and takes it. I liked it. I'm like, okay, Zach, you did something better than a fucking bubble screen that everybody in the stadium knows is coming. So good for you. But then that was it. Where was the creativity on the 3rd and 2 and the 4th and 2 when you're throwing shots down the field?
Yeah, we just throw it to the flats. That's short yardage. 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's our short yardage. Hate it. And hate screens.
This is a conversation that we have to have.
Okay.
Since 2019, when Zach Taylor took over the Cincinnati Bengals, he is now 7-18-1 in games decided by 3 points or less. I have made excuses and defended Zach Taylor. Lots of people have made excuses and defended Zach Taylor. But when you really come down to this and you look at it, and these close losses this year to bad teams and to good teams, you got to start looking at this, man. 7-18-1 in games decided by 3 points or less. That's rough. And at some point, you have to stop saying, well, if this play would have gone right, if we would have got this call, if this would happen. Sometimes you have to say, you're running the fucking show. Your team's not good in these close games. Look in the mirror. What's your fault?
Yeah, it's not fun. It's the story of our organization right now is, oh man, one more play. We lost by 3. Oh man, we bet, you know what I mean? Field goal. Like, it's just like every loss we have, it's so close. So it's like almost giving him a little bit longer of a leash, but people are getting impatient. Look, guys, I try not to waste my breath on fire Zach Taylor because we suffered through 374 years of Marvin Lewis. Zach Taylor brought us to a Super Bowl. Do you think this organization is going to shit can him? Honestly.
No, they should, but they won't.
He is our coach for the foreseeable future. Yeah, they'll maybe get rid of coordinators here and there, but like, Zach's the head coach, right? They're not going to fire him, right? So I don't even waste my breath on fire Zach Taylor talk. I say, Zach, do fucking better. Do better. Do better.
He doesn't make the playoffs. He should get fired. I'm going to say it.
That's fine. I mean, if it happens, I'll be like, okay, on to the next guy. But like, I just believe
they won't.
They won't. They're just not going to get rid of him. Yeah, no.
But I think even just making the playoffs is getting off a little bit light with the expectations in the team. Yeah, we've been infiltrated. Brandon to Brand. There's a brooms emojis. He said we did a lot of fall cleaning in Baltimore. And you know what, Brandon?
Yeah, he did.
Kind of earned your right to talk your shit. You're not being an asshole. You're being cool. You're just a little sports shit talk. I accept it. Thanks for doing it on YouTube and not Twitter. That helps us out. So shout out to you for that. We appreciate that. Yeah. Good time to tell anybody that's watching to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel. You can even turn on notifications so you can see when we post content. But you know what? I'm not even going to be mad at you, Brandon. Talk your shit. You earned it. You guys made the plays. We didn't.
Yep.
He has a worse record in his 6 years than Marvin did from Nick Fott. That's quite the stat there. I mean, the Super Bowl year was fun, but it was also 3 goddamn years ago. You give him a pass last year because Burrow got hurt. Okay, cool. He kept him in it. They were scrappy, whatever. And then Daniel Lee, let's face it, the problem is Zach. The team looks unprepared. Lack of execution falls with him. Then we move up to the organization. And Joe Goodberry, computer brain, very smart human being, posted a video that was intended for his subscribers, but he accidentally sent it out to everybody. So I feel like it's okay to talk about it. I feel like if somebody has subscriber content, I shouldn't get on here and talk about it, but he accidentally sent it to everybody. So everybody got to see it. He said he kind of makes excuses for Zach Taylor a little bit and Duke Tobin a little bit because they're operating with one hand tied behind their back because of the smallest scouting department in the league and because of how they approach contracts and how they will or will not do contracts. And that's a fair point.
I don't get that. I don't get the scouting.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm not arguing against Joe. I was the scouting department thing. Like those guys can't make that much money. just get more. Just get more scouts. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll do it. Oh, that guy's fast. I'll do it. Like it's just like, just hire guys. Just hire guys or girls.
I retweeted this last night. I might have to scroll a minute to find it because I tweet a fucking lot. But Andrew Russell, I believe, tweeted this out last night during the Monday Night Football game. And I'm pretty sure that I did retweet it or like it. I don't know. I can't remember the number. All I know is he talked about how many scouts the Rams have, and the Rams have far more scouts than the Bengals. I want to say it was like 17.
Yeah.
17 scouts. And that's why they get a guy like Verse, who's a dog.
I don't get it. I don't. It's just the little things like that. I'm gonna yawn again. Sorry.
We keeping you up, Ron?
I know you're fine. I had a long day at work. I can tell you that. But there's the little things like that. Like I get like, okay, you painted the stadium. There's the new bars and the food and stuff, and the fan experience is great. You can never knock the fan experience in the stadium. It's fun. It's awesome. The half times, the ruler of the jungle, the fireworks, the flyovers, all that shit. They're doing really good. But like, it's time to maybe put a little money into the scouting department, put a little money in players' pockets, put a little money where we can actually affect the on the field product. Because at the end of the day, I don't know, you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
yeah,
everything can be gorgeous. The stadium can rock and we can do all these fun promotional things. But like, if you lose, what the hell is it all for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's completely understandable. Victoria Mitchell, I don't know who you are. You got the same name as my wife, so you're probably pretty cool. Victoria Mitchell says, what really needs to stop is the BS about we just start slow. We've been here before. That's dysfunction. The acceptance of it is disgusting. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that at some point you have to say, hey, you're the head coach of this team. Everything falls on you. You have to have this team ready to play week 1. And there's not even the excuse of the injury this year. Burrow was healthy all camp. He played in the preseason. Probably didn't play enough, but he played in the preseason. There's last year he's got the calf. He doesn't practice for a month. He's hobbled for the first month of the season. You're like, okay, I get it. Recovering from a blown up appendix, a torn knee. Okay, I get it. There's none of that this year. It was all there. And this, we're not even talking about a slow start anymore. We're in mid-November. Teams are what they are at this point. You know, you don't want to freak out too much in the first month, I think, for any team. You want to see who a team really is. But once you get beyond that, like, you are what you are. They have earned this record. I don't care if they're one play away from being 7-3 or whatever the case is. I don't give a shit because the fact of the matter is they're not. And to the point that Goodberry was making, if the organization is going to continue to operate this way and think this way and do contracts this way and not value scouting this way, you need to find a guy that's so special he can win despite all of that. Like he said in his video, Andy Dalton was never that guy. So they got Joe Burrow, who is. But if Zach Taylor's not that guy, then maybe you just have to go try to find the guy that is special enough to win in spite of all of that. Because not only with the one-score games, let's take a look at Zach Taylor's division record since taking over as head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. 11-22. He's got twice as many losses as he does wins against the AFC North as a head coach.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You got to beat your division, man.
Yeah.
You've got to.
You do. You really do. That's how you get in. That's how you get good seating. That's how you win your division and you're up. I would rather
playoff games.
Yeah. I would rather sit in rusty bleachers with terrible sound systems and a fucking high school kid announcing the game and win all the time than sit here with a divisional coaching record of 11-22. Flat out. Put me in the nosebleeds, make the beer warm and stale, win. I just invest in that, man. Figure it out. And I know they're a family-run organization. Yeah, they really should. I know they're a family-run organization and there's emotional ties to everything. But the Super Bowl, like you said, was 3 fucking years ago. It was 3 years ago, and we haven't done anything since that. And it's so frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. And I cannot sit here as a guy with a Twitter following that would love if the Bengals, interacted and respected and asked me to do things. I can't sit here and not also say, hey guys, what the fuck are you doing? This coach is not working out. Let's figure this out. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want them to like me, but also like I want them to win fucking football games. And this guy's it's not cutting it. We're not cutting it. It's embarrassing. You gotta call a spade, no matter who you are at this point.
And we're on Twitter, you know, well, is it Zach? Is it the front office? Is it Frank Pollock? Is it Lou Anarumo? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if that's what it is, the Bengals need to give Zach every single thing he needs to win.
Yeah,
go spend the money. Go guarantee the contracts. Go get more scouts. Go grind the Senior Bowl. Grind the Combine. Go to college games. Fly guys out. Do Connor Stallion shit. I don't care. Figure it out. And then you can look at Zach Taylor and say, we actually gave you everything that you needed to win. As an organization, we pushed our chips to the middle of the table. We went all in for you. Now, can you deliver or not? And if they're not going to do that, then the unfortunate reality is they have to find somebody that's good enough to overcome the lack of functionality from the organization.
Perfectly stated. If you're going to stick with your guy, go hard in the paint for your guy. 100%. Absolutely. I totally agree, man. That's it. Flat out. And that's it.
I love the Bengals, and it's like you said it perfectly. Like, is it cool when the Bengals call and ask us to host an event in Dayton? Absolutely. Yeah. Is it cool that Elizabeth Blackburn took the time to write us letters? Absolutely. And I love Elizabeth Blackburn. I love some of the social media people that we've met that work for the team. Some of the people that we've had a chance to talk to and know in the building are awesome. But I am not going to I'm not going to say just because of that. I can't say this because it might make them mad, because the fact of the matter is I'm a football fan. I'm a fan of this team. I've given almost all of my life to this team, merchandise, tickets, everything, jerseys, all thousands upon thousands of dollars, time, energy, money, because I'm passionate about it and I love it. And I think that's what makes people like you, me, and any other fan that devotes their time, energy, and money into this team 100% right to say when they're fucking up.
Yeah. I'm not wealthy by any means, so maybe I just don't understand the level of money that the Browns are playing ball with. But if I was
a Buick,
yes, I sold the Buick.
Buick's gone?
Buick's gone. Ford Bronco. If I was running an organization like this and a team, I would be so embarrassed to lose a single game. Like, it would hurt my pride so much. I would run the organization to where the board members are freaking out on me every year. Like, oh, I'm going to have to sell my Florida vacation home. What the fuck, Mike? What are you doing? I would run the money line so thin. The margins would be razor thin because I would be paying people, fucking have a robust scouting department. I would have the best everything going on. We would be cash poor. That's how thin I would run the margins so that we could win for the city and the team. And I don't get not doing it. We can sort of get over the Bengals are cheap hump because we have paid guys, but like, it's still right there. Like, why? Like, just give Jamar what he wants. Pay the scouts. Like, do this stuff, man. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not loaded and I don't know what it feels like to have millions and millions of dollars, but I wouldn't give a shit. I would want to win.
You have an in-ground pool.
That's true. I do.
Can't hide money. But no, I agree with everything you're saying. And I don't know if it's necessarily as much the Bengals are cheap as it is the Bengals are very unwilling to adapt. They'll give you the money, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to see all of the money from that contract. The Bengals are sometimes overly loyal on contracts.
Yeah.
But they haven't adapted, right? They go give Reader all the money. You're like, hell yeah. They go get, a splash free agent signing with Kappa was one of the best guards on the market. And you're like, hell yeah. They've done that. They go get Trey Hendrickson. But honestly, Trey Hendrickson was cheaper than Carl Lawson. And it just happened to work out very, very well for you.
Yeah, he just happens to be a freak.
And there's already a situation where he wasn't happy with the money that he was getting this offseason. So
just adapt.
I don't know if it's as much as they're cheap as people. Yeah. It's the easy, low-hanging fruit thing to say because of how the 90s were. But I think it's more so they're just hard-headed. They're unwilling to change. It's we do things this way. You either get with it or get lost, and that's not the way the league works anymore.
Yeah, it just sucks because I know People have met him. We've met him. Like Katie is a rock star. Like, and I don't
love her.
She probably doesn't watch this shit, but like, it's nothing personal. Like they're good people. I love them. Like they're an awesome family. We've met them. We've met the Blackbird. Like, I don't know who is like has the power of the pen or who is actually making the decisions. I do. Whoever I know, but like figure it out. Like figure it out. I don't know. It's nothing personal. We just want you guys. We want to win. We want to win. That's it. At the end of the day, we want to win. I want a Super Bowl. I want a damn Super Bowl.
There is no reason that you should have been negotiating with Jamar Chase in the hours before the first game of the season.
Yeah.
And now,
what do you want? Okay.
He did the interview. He said, there was a couple things that were just needed to be switched around. What do you want?
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Just switch. Yeah. Just switch it around.
You think it's gonna be any easier to negotiate now? He's on pace for the Triple Crown. He may finish with the most receptions, the most yards, and the most touchdowns this year. He's on pace to finish as the best receiver in football this year. You think it's gonna be any cheaper to sign him in March?
No, he's gonna be more expensive now. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. And we beat this drum every offseason. It's always somebody. It's Bates. It's Reeder. It's always somebody, dude. And this year it's going to be T. We're going to have a T. Higgins discussion all offseason.
Well, I think it's also time to call it what it is. The DJ Reeder for Sheldon Rankin swap was a fucking failure.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, he's
missing.
Nothing burger on the field right now. It sucks.
I mean, so you look at the 2021 and 2022 years, you go to a Super Bowl, you go to an AFC championship, you can be like, hey, what they're doing is working. But
yeah,
right now it's looking like maybe that was more of a flash in the pan. And guess what? Your core is going to get even more decimated this year because
crush.
It doesn't do. T. Higgins could sit out the rest of this year. He could have sat out all of this season. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to give him exactly the money he wants on the open market.
Oh, absolutely.
There's not going to be you were banged up for a couple years because he missed, a good amount of time last year. There's not going to be any of that.
No, he's getting his money.
It's going to be fucking Washington or, somebody is going, God forbid, Cleveland.
No.
They throw cash around like a motherfucker. And David Mulligetta has a good relationship with Andrew Berry. I hate to say it. That's nightmare scenario, but that's really on the table.
Yeah.
So, he's gone, man. Yeah. Now it's just figuring out, is there a way you can make sure you get assets for him and not just a comp pick? So what does this offense look like next year? Because in most of the games this year without T. Higgins, it hasn't looked good. Jamar Chase goes nuclear ape shit against the Ravens all the time, and that's all well and good. But let's look back at that Eagles game and how bad the offense looked when they lost by 20.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an ass beating. I don't know. They love to draft and grow. The draft is just such a crapshoot. Like these kids can go nuts in college and then come here and just not do shit. Guys that are going nuts, generally, Jamar Chase, go nuts in the NFL. But it's such a crapshoot, man. Retain what's working. You know what I mean? Retain what's working. And it just – I feel like a crazy person because we have this discussion every season.
Almost every show. Gatto's here. Shout out. Dinner with the in-laws. Was it good? Do you like the in-laws? Was the dinner good? Lots of questions to ask about a dinner with the in-laws.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the viewers. We're flirting with 800 guys or 800 people live right now. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We wouldn't be here without you.
Do we have any questions from the chat as we round out the last 6-ish minutes of this? Because I think that's pretty much all the material we had planned.
Yeah. That's funny to say planned.
A little Q&A? What'd you say?
I said, that's funny to say planned.
Well, like the 3 texts we exchange about what we might talk about.
A half hour ago.
Yeah. Right.
That's the best part. Yeah. We both go to work all day and we text throughout the day and talk shit to each other. And then about, I don't know, we start at 7, about 6, probably about 6 o'clock. Hey, you got any videos?
Yeah. I text you. I was like, I got the pictures done, but I haven't had a chance to get any videos. White chicken chili. Big hit in our house, Gatto. That's big huge. Hit. Wife's got the Drew Barrymore crock pot. It might even go to a new level this year.
You guys at Drew Barrymore house now, huh?
Dude, white and gold kitchen appliances just keep popping up.
Dude, she was a smoke show back in the day. I don't know what she looks like now. I'm sure she's still pretty, but I remember from like the 90s movies. Yeah, we grew up in the 90s, guys. We're old. But in the crock pot game, in the household appliance game, I feel like that's a natural kind of like trajectory path for a celebrity. Like, famous. They either like get really religious or they start making cookware. One of the two.
Wife confirms that Drew Barrymore's hot. I got to say, I haven't seen Drew Barrymore in years.
All caps. Deal. I'll Google her after this and I'll report back.
Even if she says that and I thought it, I wouldn't have the balls to say it live anyway. But God honest truth, I've seen her on cookware boxes, but that's about it.
Yeah.
She got on drugs and now she has a talk show. That sounds about like Hollywood.
Trajectory. Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs.
She was in showbiz early. She was like at parties, like getting hammered drunk when she was like 12. There was like a whole backstory about it one time I saw.
Wow.
Jake, what do you mean about Mahomes and the refs? Are you talking about the video where you hear him talking and say, "Can you let me know when he gets close to me?" Because I got fucking flamed on Twitter for that. And I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I think he was just talking about. I don't think he was trying.
He was talking about his tackle.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to cheat or anything, right?
I just happened to see the video, and the guy's like, "This is Patrick Mahomes talking to the ref, and the ref telling him, or he's telling the ref to let him know when a defender gets close to him." And I shared that guy's video, and I was like, I got to be missing something, right? And then here come all the Chiefs, and it's like, "You fucking cry, man. Just cry." I'm like, no, dude. I'm like asking a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Like there's no way he was telling the ref that. And it comes to find out he was talking to somebody on his sideline about letting him know a way the tackle is aligned. And God's honest truth that he's probably saying that because their tackles line up in the fucking backfield all the time and nobody cares about it. But it wasn't what that guy made it seem like. Man, that's the internet, the day and age we live in. Shit gets twisted, but I was just saying, I'm missing something, right? And everybody's like, "You're a fucking loser." I'm like, okay.
In all fairness,
that's the question.
NFL officiating is at an all-time low approval rating if they track that kind of shit. I mean, it's an abomination right now. It's so bad. I absolutely hate it. Houday Bengal, yes, Drew Barrymore was an ET, but she was a child back then. We were having a different discussion.
She was an ET?
Separate the two. Yeah, she was the girl in ET.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a classic. That's a banger. Houday Bengal. How many games we win it? Oh, you got one up. Okay. How many games?
No, we'll go in order. We'll go in order.
We're going to win them all. We're winning every single last fucking game, and we're going to win the Super Bowl, Houday Bengal. That's my official prediction. Book it.
I don't think they beat the Chargers. This team has given me no confidence that they can beat anybody good. You beat the Giants, the Browns, the Panthers, and who was the other one?
I don't even know.
The Raiders. Who gives a shit?
I'm shutting out a lot of this season. Otherwise, I would be in therapy 5 days a week.
They haven't beat anybody good. I have no confidence they will beat anybody good. I'm honestly not sure they beat Pittsburgh twice or once.
Yeah. God, oh baby.
Maybe I'm just down bad.
This is a random thought. Do we think the refs over the years have progressively, Mike, what's up, dude, have progressively gotten worse, or do we think fans have become more knowledgeable at the game? Probably a combination of both. And the technology is so advanced now in replays that we see stuff really close up and really clear. Guys, a referee's job is incredibly hard. These guys are fast. They're moving fast. Everything. It's basically combat out there and trying to make sense of it. I get that the job's hard, but holy shit, there's so much on the line. You have to get it right. You just have to get it right. Nobody's going to die. Maybe I might die. But like, you got to get it right. It's just, I don't know.
I think refs have gotten worse.
I agree.
But I also think it has gotten highlighted, A, with the growth of TikTok and videos on social media, and B, with sports betting and gambling being legalized, because it is very, very hard, even for me, a guy who gambles, who thinks you should gamble with BetJack, Ohio Sportsbook, shout out.
Sportsbook ever.
I think that it's easier to be like, oh, Vegas had team A -3, and then look at this call and they cover, and like it's a lot easier to form that opinion. And the more you see that, and the more it's thrown into your face, I think it's easier to start to believe that. And money talks, dude. There's a lot of money wagered on NFL games. I don't think that they determine the outcome of games, but sometimes I think that they could influence it. And Nick kind of makes that same kind of comment. Refs have gotten worse since gambling was legalized. I think they have gotten worse. My wife says she's not gotten any more knowledgeable, and she can see the things that they miss. Yeah. Gabe Breezy's got it for NFLPA representative. So I do think that I do think that officiating has gotten worse, and I still don't understand how this league can't produce full-time officials. I don't know why I'm twirling an Ethernet cord either.
I'm playing with all. I've got a rifle friggin' stock here. I've got a football. I've got so much shit around here. All game I'm playing with stuff. Pause. Get your mind out of the gutter. I don't know. We've hit the hour mark. I've polished off a few garage beers. We've sit here. We've lamented over the loss. Let's go beat the Chargers. I got nothing left, Drew. Chat. Love you guys. You guys are great. Let's look at a final number here. Go like and subscribe. Go to the YouTube. We would love to build the YouTube out. We're gonna change how we kind of get the product to you guys. I think we're going to start maybe going direct from our personal accounts because we have a little bit more reach than our show account. The show account was kind of an experiment with our previous employer, if you will. We're like 900 right now. So I think that was a good move. We love you guys.
Do either have the attention span and capacity to operate 2 Twitter accounts anyway? Like I can barely keep up with mine.
No, yeah. And mine is nonsense. I tweet all day. I just have a thought, and I'm like, I put it on the phone. That's how it works. I got nothing left, man, but a who day. Yeah, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria Mitchell. Don't know you, but new name. Glad to see you here. Thanks to my wife for always tuning in. She's not going to let Breezy down. Shout out Jake. He did say he broke out the old Fire Zach Taylor hoodie. So back in the day, me and actually Chad, who was commenting earlier, we did a podcast show before we had any fucking idea what we were doing. I wish I knew a lot of what I knew now back then. But we made Fire Zach Taylor hoodies, and Jake bought one. He still got it hanging in the old closet. That was like pre-COVID times. Moisty Turtle Picks. I did want to get to this. I love that name. Love that picture. Is that a giant crab?
No, that's a grasshopper, but it's obviously doctored. But everything about this is wild. Love it. The name, awesome. The picture.
I love kicking field goal up one, but an even better decision would be throwing a deep ball to Jermaine Burton. Her rookie was on the slot machine Monday after not playing against the Raiders.
Ka-ching! Hopefully he won money because I was mad all week.
Shout out to our Discord insider for sending us that picture, and then it just went all over the planet.
Yeah, that was sorry, Jermaine.
And none of them gave us proper credit.
No,
but nobody would mistake us for insiders.
No, they would not. Do not mistake us for insiders. Air quotes. Never, ever, ever. That's never going to die. I'm going to make that joke every time I talk about it.
OG show Thursday. I don't know your schedule, but I can probably make it work.
I think so.
For the game preview. Last week was Halloween. Next week, I got to pick up some family members from the airport on Thursday night, so we might have to get a little bit creative. But keep an eye on our Twitters. We'll get together and figure out when works. He's got 97 kids running around his house. I've got one child with the power of 97 children. So we'll see how it's going to go. But, yeah, we're looking to get back to the OGs, and I'll make sure it's actually for subscribers only this time. And then everybody else will be able to see it Friday morning. Asking if we should start merch. I don't know if people would buy merch.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. That's scary to me. But if we want to, we can try it.
I know how to do it.
I don't know if people want it. I don't know. I'm game though. Let's do it.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Moisey Turtle. We love you too, man. Jake wants merch. She's on it. Breezy wants merch. But like, we got to think of something cool, right? Are we just going to sell shit with our logo on it or
I don't know. Hats. Everybody does hats and shirts. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like,
tell you what, I know how to get onto a site where the merch is directly printed and shipped to people as they order it. Somebody said buy merch here. Okay. There's a way to do it, and I will make it to where we're not busting anybody's head and making a ton of money off of stuff, but for the overhead and things I've done it before. We got decent product out of it. Jake still has one, so that means it's stood up for at least 4 years. I've got the capability to make some stuff at home, but it's very hard and takes a long time.
Danielle,
so if you're in our Discord,
Danielle in the chat with the nuclear.
Can we make fanny packs? Can we make fanny packs? Vic says yes. So I will look into some merch options tonight. I mean, I bought her all of the stuff to make things like shirts and stuff, but it's a fucking very stressful process. You got to get everything straight and lined up. We end up yelling at each other. I don't know if we should do that, but I do know a way where you can go to a website. We can build a merch store. You can pick things, they print them, and then they send them to your house.
Okay. If I have to sweat
I will look into that
or invest money, I don't want to fucking do it. But if we can figure that out, hell yeah, I'm in.
People want hats. Okay. I'm going to look into it.
Okay. Right.
If you're in our Discord, pistol holsters, that'd be sweet.
That'd be badass.
If you're in our Discord, drop some ideas of things that you would like to see.
Do it.
If you're not in our Discord, DM one of us and we'll get you a link to our Discord.
Pint glasses,
things like that. I would have to look at the sites. There are multiple sites that can do it. There's one that I've used in the past that I had pretty good results with.
Okay.
So I will start looking into that. We'll do some research on getting some merch out there, maybe give some away.
Oh.
Because I do know that when you host the store, you can get samples of it for cheap. You can't get a bunch of them, but you can get a few. Okay. So maybe some stuff we could give away. If the people want merch, we're going to find a way to get the people merch.
I'm in. I'm sold. I was unsure, but now I'm 100% in. I'm that easily swayed, guys. It's that easy.
Dude, it's very easy to customize, actually. Like, I can make designs on my phone and have them on a shirt very, very quickly. It's a time-consuming process. It'll take a bit to get going, but we can do it. Koozies. Okay. I like that. Maybe we get Garage Beer involved. I don't want to just slap their logo on stuff and have them sue us, but
yeah.
I like where people's heads are at. So we'll close this out with me promising you guys I'll get to work on looking at how to get some merch up and rolling, and stay tuned for how we can do it. We love all of you guys. Hoodie with Drew crushing a beer on his head. Signature outro. You know, wife's pretty cold-blooded with the camera. We'd probably get a good shot of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Things might start cooking here. I like this. I like where this is headed. I like the fact that you guys support us enough that you would buy things from us to support our show with
that's cool.
Our faces on them or our logo on them or whatever it is. So we'll look into that process. We love, appreciate, and honor every single one of you that tune in with us. Tell your friends. Send this to somebody to ruin their day. And we will see the OGs, the subscribers to our YouTube channel. You can become a subscriber now if you're not. We'll see you guys at some time on Thursday. We'll keep you in the loop with when that's going to be. We'll preview the matchup against the Chargers. Maybe have some updates on the merch. We will see you next week. You got anything else before I play the outro?
No, I don't. Let's go beat the shit out of the Chargers.
I'm all the way back in. The chat's got me hyped. We're going on a fucking run. We're going to New Orleans.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered Show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered Show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted.